Hello everybody, Jamie here from FMSCOUT. In today's video, we're going to be bringing you another tactic tester with Knap's Bad Company 4231. Now, a lot of the comments in the previous videos have said to look at the Bad Company tactic, and this one is kind of one of the hidden gems in the Knap's tactics. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. But let's get right into the tactic. As you all might know, we do have a Knap tactic live search filter on the FMSCOUT website, which is linked below, and you can see all the information you want to see about these specific tactics. As you can see on the screen right now, you can just type the name in, you can see what team it's used for. So that's why we're going to be using the elite tactic with Bayern Munich. It's a gung-ho style, you've got a 4-2-3-1, and it's got the goals, and of course you can download the file as well. So I'm going to give you a little overview of what this Bad Company tactic involves and how it works. So the Bad Company is a single tactic, so the other bundles do have many variations. So it's a 4-2-3-1 with extremely high tempo, and it's very gegenpressing, as it has the highest lines of engagement and the defensive line. It is also a narrow tactic, meaning there will be a lot of space on the sides, as the whole team is tight, wanting to shut out any space in between the lines. When the ball is on one side, the team shape moves towards that side, so the other side is open. Now, all these combinations make us dub this an elite tactic. That means it's a tactic for the top 2 to 3 teams in each division, and probably with this, also in the highest divisions in the game. This doesn't mean that it can't work with smaller teams, but the demands on your players are huge, so you will need the right attributes for them players. The tempo demands high technical abilities of your players and high mentals to make the right choices in short spaces of time. The high lines and narrower shape makes you need good physical abilities as well, as there will be a lot of sprinting and running involved within this tactic. So we've just loaded the tactic, and as you can see, this is generally the team that I'm going to go with. Of course, we might get injuries throughout the season, so this may change. I've gone with Muller on the right-hand side, Koeman on the left. You've got Coutinho in the middle, Thiago as the DLP, Goretzka as the Mazzella, Alaba as the wing-back, Kimmich as the right wing-back, with Pavard and Soul as the centre-back, and the big man himself up top, Lewandowski. So let's have a little look at the instructions. So it's an attacking mentality. You've got slightly shorter passing, pass into space, play out defence, low crosses, run at defence, work ball into the box, overlap on the left, overlap on the right, and extremely high tempo. In transition, you've got distribute to fullbacks, counter, and counter press. Out of possession, you've got defend narrower, much higher defensive line, much higher line of engagement, extremely urgent, prevent short goal kick distribution, get stuck in, use tighter marking, and use offside trap. So generally some of the instructions we tend to see a lot. I know we're getting a lot of comments on our videos saying that, you know, this year much higher defensive line and much higher line of engagement is used on a lot of tactics. But when you've got an elite team, you can afford to use that, so I don't know why you wouldn't use that. And it helps. You know, you play the game to win. That's how I see it. And of course, there's lots of other variations. I think tomorrow's video, actually, I'm bringing out an underdog tactic, or doing a showcase on an underdog tactic, which doesn't really involve this. So there is other variations that you can use, and other variations do work. But this year, the meta is kind of the much higher defensive line, a much higher line of engagement like it was on FM19 as well. In terms of player instructions, you've got the goalkeeper, the sweeper keeper, on take fewer risks and ease off tackles, while the wing-backs are on pass it shorter, cross from the byline, shoot less often, close down more, and tackle harder. And then on the left-hand side, you've got sit narrower added for Alaba. In terms of the centre-backs, you've got only pass it shorter, so that's all they're going to do, assuming they will go either to the wing-backs or to the DLP and the Mazzella to start the attack. And then the DLP has got no player instructions. The Mazzella also has no player instructions as well. The winger on that right crosses from the byline and gets further forward. And the left-hand side is no instructions at all. So you can see the left-hand side is they're going to try and sit narrower, with the attacking midfielder has no player instructions, and the striker doesn't have any either. So this might be one of the tactics that I've seen that's not really got that many player instructions, apart from your wing-backs, I guess. So it's going to be interesting to see what these wing-backs can do throughout this season. And Lewandowski playing up front on his own, I want to see how many goals this guy can get. So now we are going to take Bayern Munich through the season with this tactic, to see exactly how it does. But please let me know in the comments if you plan on giving this a go, or if you've tried the Bad Company. You know, it's hard to see in other bundles because there's so many variations of what people use. But let me know in the comments if you have used the Bad Company tactic and how it's been for you. But let's go forward here and see what we've done with Bayern Munich. Okay, this is officially the best test I've ever done. Now, Bayern Munich, they played 34 games in the Bundesliga. They won 34 games in the Bundesliga. They didn't draw any, and they didn't lose any games. They scored 110 goals and only conceded 13 against them. And yeah, it's really shocked me. I mean, we didn't do too good in the Champions League, but we'll come on to the fixtures very shortly. And yeah, it's really shocked me because I've never done a test where a club has won every single game. And you can see 102 points, absolutely dominated the team, almost scored double the amount of goals of second place. And you can see 97 goal difference. Let's have a look in a few games where these came from. So you can see the Champions League right here. We actually lost in the quarter-final, so you know the players could have potentially scored a few more. It wasn't great in terms of the fixtures for the Champions League. But let's have a little look at maybe the Super Cup. You can see we won the Super Cup 3-1 in the first game of the season, actually. Lewandowski scored 3 goals in that game. How about the FA Cup for Germany? We actually won that. So we have won the league. We've done the double so far. We've won the league and we've won the DFB Pokal Cup as well, beating Cologne in the final. To be fair, though, we had a pretty easy run. I mean, we won 7-0. It was very easy. There was no Dortmunds. There was no teams like that we played against. So, yeah, pretty good. If we look at the Bundesliga now, because I know this is what you want to look at, and you can see we absolutely destroyed pretty much everybody. 5-0 in the first game, 3-1, 5-1, 2-0, 4-0, 9-0 against Union Berlin. You can see 4-0, 4-0. We really, Bayern Munich's team really took to this tactic. And I was surprised how much they dominated. And yeah, it's really incredible. Another 6-0 win here, 4-0 against Freiburg. And let's have a look, though, at the goal scorers for this league. So you can see in appearance-wise, we had a lot of injuries throughout the season. That was one thing that annoyed me, but we still managed to keep our own. You can see some players here, like Alphonso Davies, only made 12 appearances. Thomas Muller actually only made 15. I probably should have used him more, but, you know, we was alternating between a few of the players. Xavi Martinez didn't really play, but he was injured for 6 months at the start of the season, and he couldn't really get into the team after that. But the main player in terms of goals for me was Lewandowski. The guy was up front on his own for the entire season. He needed rest in a few games, so we did play like Zerki a few games and stuff like that. But you can see, I mean, 59 goals in 50 appearances in all competitions. The guy was an absolute beast this season. You can see his stats here as well. 10 appearances in the Champions League, 8 goals, 33 in the Bundesliga appearances, 38 goals. Pokal, he scored 10 goals in 6 appearances. Super Cup, he scored 3 goals, and then a few other stats as well throughout international competitions. But overall, Robert Lewandowski was the creator of this team. I mean, no one else kind of got anywhere near. You can see the wingers was mainly Gnabry and Coman, and they scored 21 goals and 13. But topping the assists was Kingsley Coman. Now, this one really surprised me because Lewandowski scored almost 60 goals. Yet there wasn't a big assist maker in the team. It kind of came from everywhere. You can see right now it was a really strange season, and you had the wing backs popping up with some assists. Lewandowski even got 7 assists himself. The right back, you can see that the centre mid's got a few assists as well, but there was no one there with like 20-30 assists, which I'd expect. But either way, the guy scored nearly 60 goals in all competitions. So, but apart from that, that is the team. You can see a few of the league stats now, and Lewandowski was on 38 goals. He was the highest average rating player in the league at 7.83. So when I was talking about the assist a minute ago, you can see we finished second on the assist. So it wasn't too great. But let's have a look now at a few more in-detail stats throughout the season. So we had 14 penalties throughout the season. We did score 13 of them. So a really good season in terms of penalties. You can see we won 34 games in a row, which we've already spoke about. Games scored in a row, 34. We scored every single game. So, obviously, we won every game, so we would have had to anyway. You can see games without losing, 34 as well. 110 goals in 34 matches with only 10 corner goals as well. So, Corner goals, there was a few there, but we scored the same as Dortmund. So a lot of this came from open play. The cross completion ratio was 25%. So you can see the wingers and the wing backs a massive influence on this entire season, with the crosses completed at 310. Anything else that we can look at? We've got goals from indirect free kicks at 16 as well. Chances created, 108 chances created in 34 matches. Conversion rate was the top at 15%. Fouls against, we had 582 fouls against us. And you can see dribbles per game, 20 dribbles per game, which was the same as Dortmund, to be fair. We only conceded 13, as you can see, and we kept 22 clean sheets throughout this season. So if you're a big club or you just started a new big save and you are looking for a tactic, I would definitely give this a go if your formation fits and your players fit this tactic, because it really is incredible, and I'm really surprised how this has gone on. But if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Let me know in the comments if you're going to give this a go, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.